This video is about momentum and confidence. So, pretty much, confidence comes from a mindset, and momentum also comes from a mindset. And I want to say this now, I'm really frustrated. I've recorded this stuff for 2 times in a row, and my audio doesn't come through. And secondly, I'm not sick, I just have a sore throat, so I may sound off a bit. And you may be hearing my annoying ass brother in the background snoring, like, bruh, like, shut up. But I can record in the morning, but it's like, it's more noise in the morning, in the afternoon, rather than at night, because everyone's sleeping or whatnot. So I would suffer from this rather than people in the morning screaming and shit. But yeah, thank you, Lord. So yeah, momentum. And I'm gonna say this before anything, I'm gonna jump back and forth to topics as momentum and confidence, back and forth. So yeah, enjoy. So momentum really comes from a mindset not of your own, but a mindset as of your own and your teammates. So it comes from, you have to really think hard, not even hard, you have to think on a broad way, because you have to help your teammates out in the same way. Notice my drone, and that's for later. But I've noticed Ella was spawn peeking, and I didn't really know. I did know she was spawn peeking, but I just didn't know when the spawn peek begun, and I kind of honestly lost track of where the truck was. But yes, I honestly forgot the spawn peek begun after the truck, like literally after the truck. So when that truck was out my frame, I should have shot. But honestly, two things. I thought she was gonna be on the bottom right of the wall or on the door. So that's why I didn't really take heed on that right there. But keep in mind my drone. And I've said this in my very first YouTube video, that even though you're dead, do not spectate. Even though I got no one on the drone, but it's always good to use your drone usage even if you're a good player, because you can have a good player but poor drone usage. It don't make you that good no more, honestly. But if you're a good player with good drone usage, you're a good player because you know how to get killed, because most of your kills come from drones and they come from droning. So yeah, use your drone wisely and don't spectate your peers even though you're dead. Be useful. Yeah. So even though you're dead, you're still useful, not useless. But yeah, we did end up winning this one and whatnot. But I for sure advise my new players, and I always say this in my videos, I aim for my new players, because no one really gives y'all the vision on how to play Rainbow. Not only the vision, no one gives y'all the ability to play Rainbow. And a comment on that drone right there, don't be that guy. If you're gonna push something with your drone, use your drone and set it up. Don't give your drone an easy way to die, because now you just stuck. Now if they had that drone and my ping gave a good kill, and ping, but back on topic. just because you have a game plan and your drone is in the area, or like your drone is just sitting there, set it up, because once it's gone, it's gone. And then having a drone makes you safe to move. Prime example, if he had that drone, he could have moved, he could have actually got a kill right there and moved up, but he couldn't. And I feel like momentum is really hard to keep, because once you lose momentum, you lose it. But that's why I say confidence can always sub in for momentum, because momentum would really be hard to keep, because once you're in a groove of something and then you're winning and then all of a sudden you're losing, you lose that momentum on, like, damn, I got played. Like, we were just winning, all of a sudden when they attack, they win every round. So it's pretty hard to keep that momentum going, because they're reading things They know the game plan. They know what you're going to do. They know what you're not going to do, or what forth. And to add on to that, and I said before, always study your enemies and your teammates. But for now, it's your enemies. Why? Because guess what? She came again. Yes, you are correct. She came again. Same thing, same spawn peak. But what the thing is though, we knew that she would be there. So she made decoys. But once again, we knew ahead of time. So we had drones set up there, you know what I mean? So once again, it's always important to have drones, because you may think that a drone can do anything unless you don't red ping. For a normal player, someone would red ping her and she would run away. Now you lost a free kill. Versus using your up on D-pad, yellow ping. Yellow ping is very important. It's very important. Only red ping when it's urgent. So imagine emergency, egg emergency. Use red ping. That's the only option to do, is red ping versus a yellow ping. So when things are getting too crazy, red. It's okay to red versus redding every second. It's just bad as fuck, honestly. And you know what's funny? He thought I was trolling. No, someone's here for real. And that's how you know he had no headset. So, cause he's in my face shit playing around, like, bro, no, someone's actually here, and then he got killed for it. And I want to add on to that, because that's where confidence, a tiny bit of confidence, come about. He wasn't really in the mindset of me, and I want to say this too: you can't be a good player without the mindset. You cannot be Bolo. How did that happen? I do not know, but. You cannot be Bolo and not have his mindset and just his aim, because you have to think about it. He knows what to do, because he has a mindset of what to do and how to do it. If that make any sense to you. So if you always wonder why this player is so good, it's their brain, it's their mindset. They know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and so forth. So just having aim is the bare minimum of what to do. Because I mean, this peak here, he has aim, but ask yourself, how can I make my aim a weapon, or how can I make my aim a asset, or even how can I make my aim how can I make my aim really good of use of me and use to my advantage? And honestly, I think I was talking to the Nook. I asked him, bro, you didn't hear her running? But come to find out, they're Xbox players. And not even that, they were all in a party together. So him running, he told me that his Ash told him that scopes rotated, but she didn't, because I pinged it when I first heard her up there. And then when she was running, his teammate said she rotated, but she never did. She was still there, and that's why he shot me instead of her on trying to flick. But he didn't. But he couldn't flick correctly. You know what I mean? But yeah, coming to confidence. Confidence can rub off your enemies as well, and teammates. But for now, enemies. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Confidence starts with your mind, and your mind is mental, and your mind is momentum. But so forth with confidence, just because you're going negative and you're going bad doesn't mean you give up, because you can be a liability more than an asset, which is okay, because all in the end we just want to win, right? So maybe next game you get kills, maybe not, but all in the end, in a game with me or in a game with anyone else, trust me, they care. But we care enough about the win than kills, because getting elo is all we want. Because half of the time our ranks are so scrambled up, it's like, bro, why are you here? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, why are you here? But yeah, use your droning, use everything you can. And to add on for my lost players, even though you're doing bad you can use what's the word again I want to use? Uh, you can use a helpful op. You can use, oh yes, you can use a built-in op. A built-in op is an operator who already has a gadget of its own, like in itself. Like for example, Ayana, Valkyrie, Nook. Nook is kind of more, I won't say skillful, but more of a pickle, because it's more of you have to put your body out there in order for it to work, you know. But yeah, yeah, if you're doing bad, use dope ops, because all you gotta do is put a camera down for Valkyrie in this camp. But when we need you, like, I feel like if you're gonna play a built-in op, when we need you, you have to be available, because it's not much just so in your gameplay or like in your skill. It's just the fact that we all know you can shoot your gun, we all know you can lean, we all know you can run. So when we need you, we need you. And to comment on Nook, he sold twice in a row. So yeah, if he would have been long enough and was paying attention, he had defuse, he could have planted. But I told him he had defuse, but he said he forgot, like whatever. But yeah, and to speak on what's her name, Azami and me. So I was trying to bait her out on that Ayana clone, and then fast forwarding to the drone, and fast forwarding to the like the late plant. But some people might say she's pussy. I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you, she is pussy, but she's playing time as so like she's supposed to play time, because that's her job as a defender, play time. And I don't see the fact that where she's in the wrong. So if any player or person in your game calls you bad because you run away from kills, at some point in time is what's important, because most players won't tell you this, and you will always ask, what should I do? Look, kiddo, it's not about what you do, it's about what you do in the time of what you got. Because now it's like you can do so much, but there's always a right time for something, and we all know those examples for that. Amaru, damn, I'm confused. Amaru in a discussion. So it's like you can like don't get me wrong, you can use those people and like do what you want, but at some point it would feed off the enemy on, okay, it's time, we know, they know, but we know more. So the moment you push that RB button and you zoom through that window, it's a frostmat, a Capcan, or even someone under the window, me, and I would knife your ass, because I know it. Like I know. Trust me, I know. Like I know, you know. So it's like always be aware, always. And momentum can rub off enemies as well, and teammates, but for now it's teammates. So how can you rub off teammates with momentum? Easy. Look who they play, look how they play, look what they're doing, look what they're not doing, and fill in that gap. Because sometimes with new players, we love to sit and wait. But sometimes waiting gives the enemy leverage and momentum, wink wink, to do something. And also confidence, but that's not really much of it, but it's mostly momentum. And it gives them the ability to do things that you didn't know. So if you want to be Caviar or maybe Valkyrie and sit in a corner for like the whole half of the match and wait for kills and watch your cams are not doing much but giving them the spotlight on what is about to happen. Honestly. So it's always good to really feed up your teammates and see what they're doing and filling gaps. Damn. But this play was perfectly bounded, but bruh, I sold my aim. And I want to add on to this actually, because I've noticed someone come out of my videos the other day saying they couldn't hear me, and I need to work on that. And I've said this before, but like the reason why I don't talk is because, bro, my talking sucks garbo. because I don't really be talking like that. Like, but when I do talk, it's in a different tone of it's a different tone. So I have to like really practice my tone of voice, and then go to YouTube. But I don't care. I do, but I don't. But to really break this clip down right here, they had comms, and I hated that shit because the first goo mine wasn't Monty, it was Buck, and I was so mad. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was Buck, bitch ass. And then Monty came to help him out. I'm like, oh my god, bruh. But my shot didn't help a soul because honestly, every diamond player I meet always swing spams. And I was trying to catch him off guard, but I couldn't. And then my aim didn't help at all. So like whatever, I didn't care honestly about it. But yeah, seeing him in my face made me mad. Like, he's so bad. But back on confidence. You notice how it's 1-3, right? Guess what? We're still in this game. So confidence really aligned with your teammates. If I haven't said that already. Teammates. Minus gap filling. So even if we're not really up to par with winning, but we still have the confidence on keeping our head above waters, because things can change. You never know. So if we stay strong and really keep up our momentum, wink wink, and our confidence, wink wink, we could win. So not just to say playing the same play style and winning, no, because playing the same play style like Ella did on the first 2 rounds, she lost both of them. Well, the second one. So honestly, and once again, I want to say to back that up, having a second chance is always good, but it can also get taken away from you. As so of that Ella, she spawn peeked the first round. Congrats. She did it the very next round. That second chance was for them to win, but it ended up them losing because she took that chance too literal. It's like she didn't have a thought of like, okay, they might be watching me, which she did, but it wasn't what she expected, you know. So always have that at the back of your mind that you can always do the same things over and over and over, but be ready for a fight because the enemies will know you're doing the same thing. So it's not always good to do the same thing, but it can be good in a sense. And that clip there honestly got me mad because no one gave the call out, and then my mental state of mind right there was going like, I'm gonna leave this game because bruh, he did not come from a big window. He did not come from nowhere else but attic or a kid's window. So I was like, why is he inside? Like, whatever though. But look, we won. Hooray. And just that right there gave us momentum. And I want to say this real slow for myself and for you guys. Having a clutch moment can happen again back to back. Why? Once again, double winks, wink wink, because it gives your team confidence and momentum. And you hear this every time I talk because it's true, and not much people will tell you that. It's true. Rainbow is not just a shooting FPS game that people play and then have fun. Oh, having fun is crazy on Rainbow. Have fun and get off. No, this game really stresses you out. It forces you in predicaments you don't want to be in. It forces your brain to actually work. It forces your brain to actually be strategic. Kind of like an RPG game, but I would say not in the RPG way, because there's flexes. Not in operators, but there's flexes. I mean, kind of, because you can flex in RPG games, like the jungle and shit like that. Go to the jungle, get buffs. So, and yeah. So it's the same way as RPG games, the same way, but just FPS. And it's real easy to get lost in the sauce once you're in the groove. But then when you out the groove, it's like, what now? And when you're tired of Rainbow, that's where it really begins. So honestly, keep your momentum and confidence up even though when you're losing, because you're never useless. Use your drones. Go in, build in ops or what forth. And I want to speak on this ping right here. I honestly didn't want to go this way. I wanted to go back around towards what you call it, junkyard side, to get freezer again. But look, only if I ignored that ping, that kill wouldn't happen. And then the Monty. And just to break down this 5-second clip right here, if I never seen that ping and paid attention, hear me, wink wink, it would have gave the enemy team momentum. Why? Because it would have forced the back to push and the front to hold. And that may sound like made up, but it's true, because now you have to fight a Monty with someone on. So you have to fight a Monty with someone on his shoulder, and then plus having 3 other people behind you. Then only if I didn't make that flank complete, we would have lost that round. Because look, Wame dies. Does he die? No, that's a next round. But yeah, that was a good positioning that they did. But I just honestly cut them off in a sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, so don't give the enemy team leverage or confidence. Seriously, off topic, I need to work on my talking. It's stressful as fuck, bro. It's stressful. I hate it. But yeah, it's really hard to really keep that momentum, because you would want to do your own thing so bad, but it's like, bro, this is a team game. Help the team. And then when you're lost, just don't go ops that play up ahead of themselves, because you can't handle that. And if I didn't already say this already, don't play chess if you can't handle the pressure. Don't play chess if you can't handle the advancement. Because I did feel like in this specific clip right here, I didn't feel confident enough to keep up with my teammates rather than my enemies. Why? Because they played so fast they couldn't even handle it for themselves. And it was like, why play fast if you can't handle it? And that makes a bigger gap for the chess players to squeeze it in. You know what I mean? So that's why I felt back and I played Finka. I didn't really engage in anything. I just did Finka boosts at most. But yeah. So when you feel like you're not playing too good enough, do not beat yourself up. Because maybe just that game or that round is meant to happen, just because you're not really there mentally, or you're not really at that momentum state yet, you know? So that's why I didn't go no one else. I was going 4-4, and I was feeling like I was going barely positive, but I felt good, you know? Like, I felt good. Like, I felt confident. I felt secure that if they needed me, I can handle the work. But as of right now, yeah, I don't need me, so I'm gonna go Finka, you know? So it's not okay to down yourself, but it's okay to put yourself in a spot where, okay, this is where I belong. And honestly, that's the same dude that sold twice in a row, and I was mad at. But yeah, I wanted to show my appreciation to him, to your friends, you know. And honestly, momentum too. Momentum is about your teammates. That right there. Show compassion. Show sportsmanship. Because even though he sold twice and then we caught up, yeah, but like he sold twice. He clutched up once on that IQ kill, but then again, it's like he didn't mean it. So just don't be a dickhead and kill him, or like be a weirdo. I mean, show him some love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I showed him some love. Like, whatever, bro. We here now, so like, why throw it away? Cause I'm so upset about one little thing, you know. And to speak on chess and checkers, that play right there on the enemy team is like, why open that hatch and not play it? That is a chess ass move, but you didn't play it, so now it's just checkers. Now, maybe what if you had Amaru, Ying, we're in that bitch, they're getting flashed, stunned, naded, and then Amaru, they're dead. So it's like, why have that open if you ain't gonna play it? And I see many new players open stuff open and don't play it. So if you're gonna do something, you have to play it, because once, I'm telling you, once the enemy sees that gap, they're gonna fill it in. And sometimes it's not a fill in, it's an exposure. So they expand your gap. And it's like, bruh, it's so hard not to defend it because it expanded. So yeah. And two things will happen if you have a gap open. They would fill it in, literally fill it in, or they expose it to make it more bigger. So it's very hard for you to defend it or attack it. So that's why I say don't play too advanced for yourself if you can't handle it, because trust me, it does fall under confident, because you're telling yourself you're confident enough, they're not gonna push it, they ain't gonna watch it, they ain't gonna do whatever. But when they do it, now what? Then now it's hard for you to attend to it. You know what I mean? So don't play too advanced for yourself. So if you can play chess, play chess. If you can play checkers, play checkers. But once you play checkers, it's much of, you have to watch every single thing, versus chess on having it in the back of your mind and doing it. And you may say that, well, if you watch every single thing, that's better than chess. It's not, because with chess, you already have it in the back of your mind, so it's a norm, versus you doing it every second, checking every single thing, and then by the time you come back, you're dead because you're on a schedule. Versus with chess, you already have that idea, make a game plan, and you go with it. But once again, now with checkers, you have to watch it, and then once you watch it, you have to make sure. Now, that doesn't sound too cool, right? Does it? It doesn't. So yeah, it's always good to play chess, but if you can't handle it, play checkers. But checkers is be on your toes. Honestly, now I'm going 5-5 right now. I mean, 5-4. I got 1 kill last round. You know what I mean? So yeah, 5-5. So just because I'm moving one by one, don't make that so hard on yourself, because people want kills. Don't make that so hard on yourself. And he showed compassion once again. That's the same dude who sold twice, and I teabagged him, and he teabagged me. So it's good to show sportsmanship, and also be a good help and momentum in a tidbit of momentum here. Even though you go bad, you go negative, help out your team. Like, he can hold this just with one eyes, but don't make your body an open shield. Use my shield, you know? So just to call me useless, but I gave you kill because my shield, you know what I mean? So don't really be the person where like, oh, it's over for me, I'm 0-5, I can't do anything. No. Like I said, get a built-in op, get a op to help, you know what I mean? Not just sitting around and do nothing. So once you get the hang of that, it will be real easy for you to understand that, hey, I'm not useless no more, I'm helpful. Understand? And it's so easy to get lost in the sauce once again. But this clip here explains a lot. This clip right here explains a lot what I'm about to say. Minus her flanking around, crouch walking, which is okay. But the enemy team fed off our momentum with Wame and Elbow and Frost flanking. Because how did they feed off our momentum exactly? They known our game plan, and they've gained momentum by how far we were separated and how much we exposed ourselves. Because in a sense of like Frost roaming, Wame can't do much with his Wame's not going off, so they're gonna push him, and then so forth. This clip here, I kept my composure, I kept my confidence, excuse me, and I kept my momentum on 8 point. Aim, not so good in his aim as well. See, he knew I was gonna flank, but shot too late. To my left, I heard him, and this clip here explains how to play as a momentum state of mind. My job was to never get kills. It was to defend that right there. My job was to defend defuse, because they can't do nothing without defuse. So why put yourself in a position where you have to go get kills when the kills come to you? So me putting my life on the line for defuse was a good choice. Why? Because now they have to get through me to get what they want. And trust me, if you're a good player, you understand that you're not getting the defuse. I'm sorry, but boy, you're not getting the defuse. You gotta kill me first. So now it's like, remember that once you get a kill and that person has case, your job switches to defend this case, because they, once again, they cannot do anything without that case in their hands. And let's just say I did let them get case. Now this is tricky. I'm gonna say this real slow for myself and others. Let's just say they get case and it's a 1v scenario and it's you alive. Remember this: you have the defender and you have the defenders. The defender is the one planting. The defenders is the ones protecting him. And to break it down a little bit more, think of it like this: you have someone planting and you have someone defending that planter. So the plan is this: you have defender, the defender is watching the other defender, and that second defender is watching plant. So basically everyone is watching their own ass, and it's like a circle. So it's like A, B, C, but C is always vulnerable at some point because C is always vulnerable at some point because A and B can't protect their asses. They have to protect C ass. So C is always vulnerable because they cannot protect them. They're just watching. So if you're ever in a spot where you have to get that kill for a defuse, you have to find out where A and B is at, because once you find C, A and B is hella voice crack. A and B is hella close, so you have to look out for that. Honestly, please. Yeah, I didn't really feel good on this game, so I just played Nomad. Honestly, and those air jabs saved us. And I want to explain how to push real quick. I was going to go with Sledge, but in order for me to be useful, they had to push, because I'm Nomad. You know what I mean? Because we can throw frags and flashes all day, but if they don't push, I'm useless. Versus me going with Monty, Ash, and Ram, they're forced to push and flank, as you seen there, because shoot up, go behind, easy kill. But didn't know that I had what's her name, Nomad, to watch the flanks, and then it gave us momentum to push from the back then forward. See, makes sense, right? So that's what it's really all about. So momentum gives you a lot of wins when you know how to do it, because just because your back is getting pushed on, you always have that front to move forward and get your own back. You know what I mean? So if that makes sense. Yeah. And I want to prove to you how momentum saves a lot of games. Why? Because they condemn me with guidance. I'm telling you, momentum gives you a lot of wins, bro. A lot. Just off that push alone gave us that win. And yeah, I'm gonna work on my content, work on my voice, work on my audio and shit like that. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching and stay tuned, and GG's.